on the Senate Committee on Appropriations file. Thank you. The hour of 9 a.m. having arrived, although we have no quorum, we're asking Senate members to report to 4203 so we can start Senate appropriations. Meantime, I thank my Vice Chair, Senator Cox, for being so prompt, and we will ask Senator Padilla to begin your presentation to us as a subcommittee. And again, members of Senate approps need to be in 4203 immediately. Thank you, Mr. Leno. And we are waiting for other members. Also, for your information, Department of Finance will not be here today. They have no file on Senator Padilla's SB 408, and then we'll go to the suspense calendar. Senator Padilla, go right ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to present SB 408. The James Gulf Act was signed into law in 1998, and this act prohibits violent felons from possessing body armor. Last month, however, the California 2nd District Court of Appeals ruled that the act was unconstitutional, stating that the definition of body armor as the law was originally written was too vague for the average citizen to understand. This bill before you addresses the decision of the court by clarifying the definition of body armor. And I want to point out that, as it says on page 2 of the analysis, something important to both the policy committee and this committee, the bill does not expand the reach of state law as it was enacted, only as it can be enforced currently. In the absence of People versus Salim, the lawsuit that led to the decision that came down last month, this law and its sentencing expenses would have continued as had been the practice for more than a decade. I share that only to remind us that the Act was law in California for the last 12 years, and I hope you will agree with me that the costs associated with this bill are not new simply because of the court ruling that came down 1 month ago. This bill has strong support from throughout the law enforcement community, and I believe, as they do, that this is a significant tool in protecting peace officers and communities throughout the state. We do have a representative from the LA County District Attorney's Office, the sponsor of the bill here.
Thank you, Senator Padilla. We'll go to testimony in favor, and if there's any opposition, we'll take that following. As I said, there's no finance comment on this bill this morning. It is intended to go to the suspense file. Go right ahead.
Good morning. Jim Provenza, Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. We are the sponsor of the bill. This bill conforms the definition to a definition already in the books for body armor piercing bullets, and to the law that applies an enhancement where a body vest is used in a crime. It's an identical definition. So this will save this statute so that it will continue to be enforced and continue to be constitutional. It is very important because without this law, it would be legal for violent felons to both possess and wear body armor, and there would be nothing law enforcement could do about it. So it is an urgency measure, and we ask for your support today.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, members, Randy Perry with Aaron Reed and Associates on behalf of PORAC and the California Association of Patrolman Support.
Thank you.
Crystal Jack on behalf of the California State Sheriff's Association in support of the bill.
Thank you.
Steve Comer on behalf of the Board of Supervisors of Los Angeles County in support.
Thank you very much. Is there any opposition testimony? Any opposition? Seeing none, members, are there comments? Senator Cox.
Madam Chair, I want to just be sure that Senator Padilla, apparently Senator Harmon and Senator Huff have expressed interest in being a co-author on this bill.
Yes, that is correct. It's not reflected in the bill as it is before you because we haven't had a chance to do amendments.
And when will that amendment?
That is my intention along the way.
On the floor?
On the floor.
Let me check. Well, can we? Can we find a technical? Well, the question is, if a technical amendment were taken this morning, we could add the co-authors and avoid the bill having to come back to the Senate for a concurrence vote, unless it's changed in the Senate.
Short of that, my commitment is to do that on the floor. We're in agreement, and I think they're in agreement that we're trying to get this done on an urgency basis.
Let us talk to the other caucus about a technical amendment, and we'll see if we can take care of it here.
That'd be fine, Madam Chair. Thank you. I just want for the record be certain that you knew that Mr. Harmon and Mr. Huff were interested in being added as co-author.
There's room for you too, Senator Cox.
We take that under advisement. Thank you.
And I didn't hear, sir.
There's room for you too, Senator Cox.
Put me down, sir.
He just has a short name. You can squeeze it in.
Put me down.
Thank you.
Senator Walters, I want to thank Senator Walters, Senator Liu, also for joining us promptly. We need one more member for a quorum. Senate Appropriations is in 4203. I urge the members to arrive promptly. We're waiting on 3 more. Senator Walters.
I just would like clarification. Is this bill going to suspense?
Yes, it is going to suspense, but we will be taking it up to move off suspense later in the file.
Okay. Well, I just have one question regarding the analysis says that the bill does not expand the reach of state law, but then there is a potential cost of $90,000, and I was just curious as to how they came up with that number.
We could ask staff to respond to that. It's a valid conclusion, but I will let the analysts look at it.
So in the absence of this bill, right now the law can't be enforced. And so with 3 convictions per year is where we got the number, because in the absence of this bill, we wouldn't be able to send those people to prison. And so this bill specifically would allow us to enforce the law that we've been enforcing up to December 17th, but that's where you get the new costs.
Thank you, Senator Walters. And Senator Leno has a question. Senator Leno, you've been very patient, but could we possibly take the roll call now? Thank you, Senator Yee.
Kehoe?
Here.
Kehoe here. Cox?
Here.
Cox here. Alquist, Corbett, Denham, Leno?
Here.
Leno here. Liu? Liu here. Price? Walters? Here. Walters here. Wyland? Yee? Yee here.
We have a quorum. Thank you. Senator Leno.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to thank the author for his steadfast leadership on this issue since the court decision came. Just wanted to point out that clearly we had heard this in public safety earlier this week, which is why it's here today. Assemblyman Manuel Perez had a similar bill last year, which we held in our public safety committee as a result of our ROCA policy, and that's an acronym for Receivership, Overcrowding, Crisis, Aggravation. So anything that would extend any sentences or further aggravate our overcrowding crisis, we hold on that policy. We, in the Public Safety Committee, have made a narrow, very narrow exception to our ROCA policy, and that exception is for any existing statute which may be deemed unconstitutional on grounds of vagueness by a court, where the only cure would be to either expand or limit the current statute, we would allow that exemption. And so we've seen no other bills or no other court decisions that have bumped up against our ROCA policy in this fashion in the 3 years that it's been in place. So we think this is a very narrow exception. Exceptions are always dangerous because you never know what's coming up ahead, but we think that it's still sound policy, and that's how the bill is here today.
Thank you, Senator Leno, for sharing that with the committee. Is there any further discussion, members? I'll take a motion from Senator, this is going to suspense, so without further action, it'll go to the suspense file, and we'll deal with it when we take up the file. Thank you, Senator Padilla. Appreciate your work on that. Sergeants, we're waiting for Senator Price. And Senator Denham needs another few minutes.
Do you want to go over any of the suspense votes at all? I don't know.
Go over with whom?
I guess you did that with Doug over there. Normally Doug and I have a chance to reconcile, but I was out of town at a CalPERS thing yesterday. Maybe can I just take it real quick? I just want to see if I have anything different. I would hope it would be the same. We'll see.
You apparently are in favor of that. Victims' Compensation Fund.
I don't know why they are, because they're running out of money.
But is that not accurate?
I don't know if they might be.
While we wait for Senator Price, we will begin. There are some bills we can take up now. We are on the suspense file. The first item we can take up now, members, is Senator Ashburn's SB 812. This is on developmental disabilities being included in the housing element. And I would ask for a roll call. A motion by Senator Leno.
Kehoe?
Aye.
Kehoe, aye. Cox?
Aye.
Cox, aye. Alquist? Corbett? Aye. Corbett, aye. Denham? Leno?
Aye.
Leno, aye. Lou? Aye. Lou, aye. Price? Walters?
Aye.
Walters, aye. Wyland, Yee? Aye. Yee, aye. 7-0.
That bill has 7 votes. It's out. Right. Next is Senator Ducheney, SB 442, having to do with clinic licensing for a corporation. It's been amended per the author to change the initial fee setting date to February 1st, 2011.
Move the bill as amended.
Senator Cox moves the bill, and we will substitute the previous roll on SB 812. Senator Kehoe, SB 390 on solid waste recycling. We've made technical changes in that. Senator Leno moves the bill. We will substitute the roll call from SB 812. SB 503 on audits of general obligation bonds. Senator Cox moves the bill. Okay, and Senator, let's call the roll. We have time, obviously. We'll call the roll on SB 503, motion by Senator Cox.
Kehoe?
Aye.
Kehoe, aye. Cox?
Aye.
Cox, aye. Alquist? Corbett? Aye. Corbett, aye. Denham? Leno?
Aye.
Leno, aye. Lou? Aye. Lou, aye. Price? Walters?
No.
Walters, no. Wyland, Yee? Aye. Yee, aye. 6-1.
6-1? That's out?
Yes.
All righty. Senator Leno, SB 733, Trauma Recovery Center grants. This has been amended, members, to require annual appropriation by the legislature and to remove certain findings and declarations by the legislature. We will substitute the roll call from SB 812. Motion.
We're doing 733.
733 only. And that's on a motion by Cox?
That will be.
All righty. Body armor by Senator Padilla. We just heard this. This is SB 408. There'll be some technical amendments. And we're adding Senators Huff, Cox, and Harmon as co-authors. Anyone else care to be added? Those 3 will be added. We'll substitute a motion by Senator Leno, and we'll substitute the roll call from SB 812. Senator Woke has SB 808 on Delta levy maintenance. We have amended this bill to limit the sunset extension to July 2013. The sunset extends to July 2013. Motion by Senator Cox. We're substituting the roll call from 812. That bill's out. All right. Members, if we could just sit tight for another few minutes.
How about brunch, Madam Chair? Why don't we order brunch?
Brunch? I guess I should make a tightening our belts joke. Do we have a GPS on Senator Price? Is he 100 feet away?
Here he is, right here.
Senator Denham. This is bad. Welcome, Senator Denham.
Good morning.
You're not who they wanted, though.
I believe that Mr. Taylor has come up with a good idea relative to all of us that carry the iPhone. We could put in an app that said, locate our member.
Find your senator.
Find your senator.
Your senator is here with that little blue ball.
Absolutely.
Would the sale of that app benefit the general fund?
Well, we could certainly make an arrangement for a share to go to the general fund, but the creator of the idea really needs to have some incentive for additional ideas.
Are they already trying to take my money and spend it on? Are you trying to take my money and spend it on government programs?
Regular regulations.
Senator, would you like to be added along with the on the bills that have been passed?
I would indeed.
All right. So we will add Senator Denham to the bills we just took up. That is SB 812 by Ashburn, and we can go down the list. SB 442 by Ducheney, SB 390 and SB 503 by Kehoe, SB 733 by Senator Leno, and SB 408 by Senator Padilla, that's the body armor, and SB 808 by Senator Woke.
When Senator Price comes in, we'll extend the same courtesy to him.
Sure. I hope he's on his way.
I don't walk out on a Baptist preacher who's not
Concluded. Is he in the front row? Senator Cox, we're ready to take up the suspense file. And Senator Cox, if you like, we can add you to the items we already took up. You have your...
He's probably offended, so you need to call
Thank you.
first or the last time.
Senator Price, excuse me. We can add you on to the items we already took up if you like. Already. So we will add Senator Price onto those previous items, and then we'll start the... We'll start with Senator Alquist, SB 56 on the suspense file. Are you okay with? You're all caught up? Okay. This is SB 56, members, on county joint healthcare ventures. Senator Leno moves the bill. We will take up the roll.
Kehoe?
Aye.
Kehoe, aye. Cox?
No.
Cox, no. Alquist? Corbett? Aye. Corbett, aye. Denham? Denham, no. Leno?
Aye.
Leno, aye. Lou? Lou, aye. Price?
Aye.
Price, aye. Walters?
No.
Walters, no. Wyland, Yee?
Aye.
Yee, aye. 6-3.
6-3, that bill is out. Next is SB 771, healthcare coverage. This has been amended to limit to 2 quarters of ERA funding in the years 2010, 2011. We'll substitute the motion by Senator Leno, and we'll substitute the roll call from SB 56. And that is 6-3. 6-3, and that bill is out. Senator Ashburn has been dispensed with, and we've added Senator Price and Senator Denham on that. Senator DeSaulnier, SB 228, plastic bags that are compostable. And this has been amended per the author to delay implementation to July 2011. It makes the audit authority permissive, and it eliminates the Attorney General's participation in enforcement. Motion by Senator Leno, and we'll substitute the previous roll call on SB 56. That bill is out. SB 798, before and after school programs. Motion by Senator Leno. We'll substitute the roll call from SB 56. That bill is out. Senator Ducheney's been dispensed with. Kehoe has been dispensed with. Senator Leno, first item is SB 654, Independent Living Program. Motion by Senator Liu, and we will substitute the roll call from SB 56. That bill is out. The next bill has been dispensed with on a unanimous roll call. Next is SB 810, also by Senator Leno. Motion by Senator Liu, and we'll substitute the roll call on SB 56. That bill is out. Senator Liu has SB 110, having to do with crime victims who are disabled. This has been amended, members, to eliminate the Department of Justice electronic bulletin. It makes the post-training optional, and it's removed legislative findings and declarations. So we will been asked to call the roll on this. Motion by Senator Leno. Call the roll, please.
Kehoe?
Aye.
Kehoe, aye. Cox? Cox, no. Alquist? Corbett? Aye. Corbett, aye. Denham? Denham, no. Leno?
Aye.
Leno, aye. Liu? Liu, aye. Price?
Aye.
Price, aye. Walters? Wyland? Yee? Yee, aye. 6-2.
6-2, that bill is out. Senator Padilla has been dispensed with, not the senator, but the bill, SB 408 on a unanimous roll call previously. Senator Simitian has two items. SB 21 has to do with derelict fishing gear. It is amended per the author to limit department responsibilities to publicizing information, eliminates cost. The motion is by Senator Leno, and will substitute the roll call from SB 56. That bill is out. Next is SB 376 on reporting liquefied natural gas facilities. It's been amended per the author to eliminate the reporting requirement and to delay implementation. The motion is by Senator Leno, and will substitute the roll call from SB 56. That bill is out. Next is Senator Steinberg's SB 675, having to do with energy jobs training. This is clean technology and renewable energy jobs training. The motion is by Senator Leno, and we will substitute the roll call from SB 56. That bill is out. Senator Woke has been taken care of, and that concludes the file, members. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.